I recently participated in the 170th Trijam, a game jam in which I only have 3 hours to make a game. The 3 hours only include the making of the game and doesn't include the making of the itch page or planning. Let's get into the making of Boxhead. The theme for this jam was life in a box, so I pulled out my whiteboard to draw some ideas. One of the first ideas that came to mind was the idea of living with a box on your head. With this idea, the player would be able to hide in their box to avoid some type of security. I tried to keep my ideas small so I could finish within the sharp time limit. The rules of the jam let me use some pre-made assets, so I used a few old scripts to speed up the additions of audio, screen transitions, and player movement. After adding these scripts, I modified the player script to hide in a box. For the player art, I decided to use a few basic shapes overlapped in the editor to make something that looked half decent. I added some basic animations and that ended my first half hour. Now it was time to add danger, and that meant lasers. I designed the laser in about 15 minutes and quickly added a conveyor belt that was built into Unity. To finish off the danger elements, I added a movement script that would allow lasers to move back and forth, as well as a script that allowed lasers to rotate. This finished my first hour, so now it was time to improve the art. I made a quick brick texture for the background, as well as some cracks and vines. I used the universal render pipeline to quickly add some nice lighting. The basic shape look of the game wasn't the greatest, but it was simple and fast to create, which was needed. In the end, I don't think it looked too bad. After everything art-related was basically done, about an hour and a half had elapsed. I decided to make as much of a finished game as possible before doing level design, because this would allow me to design the environment with time in mind and still have a finished game in the end. I found a really good album called Phase on Bandcamp and purchased it to use the music in the game. The album had 6 songs that were all awesome and perfect for different games, so I'll definitely be using the music in future jam games if I don't make it myself. I quickly recorded some sound effects by recording some snaps and pops and added them for jumping and becoming a box. About 2 hours had passed, so I had 1 hour to create the world. Cue montage. I created the world up until the very end of the time that I had, and I felt quite good with what I had created. I guess that's all I have for this devlog. I hope to have more consistent uploads for the next couple of months. This video is just a short devlog to get my video creation motivation back. I hope you've enjoyed this devlog, and thanks for watching.